Hey, good morning. January 17th, beautiful day down here in Picayune, Mississippi. Let's see, it's in the mid 60s right now. Past couple of days it's been in the mid to upper 70s. And I'm getting adjusted down here, I really am. As much as I love my cold weather and my snow, I miss for being up north. Now I'm at a point now where I'm sending screenshots of the temperature down here to some friends that they love the warm weather and just kind of rubbing it in a little bit. Yeah, they'll let me know too what they think of my screenshots in a nice way, of course. Oh yes, yes, yes. Anyway, today we're going to read out of the book of Luke chapter 9, and in Luke chapter 9. Basically, to summarize the portion of the chapter that we're going to talk about, Jesus was talking with his disciples and asking, "Who do people say that he is?" Some people, and they answered, says, "Some people say you're Elias. Some people say you're a prophet, come back from the grave. Some people say you're John the Baptist." And he says, "But who do you say I am?" And Peter's famous words, "You're the Christ, the Son of God." And another passage it says, "Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God." But yeah, and then Jesus went on to talk about his relationship and our relationship combined. And basically in Luke chapter 9, and that's my main verse today, Luke chapter 9 and verse 23, it says, And he said unto them all, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Reading my morning devotions, I really love this. It's called Call to Glory. Used to get it all the time at my church up in White Marsh, Maryland, New Life Baptist Church. Pastor Johnny Brewer. You don't have a home church up there in Baltimore. There's a lot of good ones, but I highly recommend New Life Baptist Church. If you're in the White Marsh area or even in just that part of Baltimore County, that would be a great church to go to. Anyway, through reading this devotion, I come across something here that says, when a marriage gets stale and the fire is gone, the commitment's strong, but the fire and the passion have faded, what do you do to rekindle that fire? What do you do? How do you rekindle your marriage, rekindle that fire that you once had? When you first started dating, it was like, oh my, she's beautiful. Or, holy moly, he's nice looking, And you did things together and for each other that maybe you still, now you've been married for a while and you don't do it anymore. And things are kind of fading. The commitment's still there. You guys love each other and you're committed, till death do us part. That's what happened with me and my wife. I stayed with her till the day she died. So the commitment is not the problem. You love Christ, you love your wife, you're going to be sticking together till death do us part. But sometimes the fire fades, sometimes that romance fades. Well, what do you got to do to bring it all back? Bring back that spark. Talks about here that go back to pursuing each other. Husbands, buy some flowers. Take her out on a date. Pick a date night. Wives, write some sweet notes and put it in his lunch or put it somewhere where he's going to find it during the day. Dress up like you used to. Come after each other with a little sacrificial acts of love, and the feelings and passion will rekindle. It will start to return. Now, how does this relate to that verse? Rekindle your relationship with God. I was listening to a message from Tony Evans this morning that had talked about letting the devil steal your joy or letting the devil rob you of things, and a lot of times that does happen when we don't do the things that we once did when we first got saved. When you first got saved, you were on fire for the Lord. You were willing to take a squirt gun and fight hell itself. You would be in the Word, you'd be praying, you'd be sharing the gospel. But now, all of a sudden, the commitment's still there, but the fire is kindled. The fire is diminished, and you need to rekindle it and get it back up. And he said unto them all, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Deny is in the Greek, the word deny it's a verb, it's an action word, and basically says that you need to disown or abstain. You need to disown yourself and abstain from yourself and know that you belong to the Lord. All right? Take up your cross daily, every single day. Daily means every day, every 24 hours. 24 hours, every 24 hours, a day changes. Every 24 hours and every day, daily, you need to be in the Word of God. You need to be studying the Word of God. Get up in the morning, grab the Bible, grab a cup of coffee. Gotten cold. And just sit down and read. Read a chapter of Proverbs a day, and you'll read it in a month. There's another preacher on the radio, David Jeremiah. I remember him saying this years ago, and he just said it again this past year, that if you read 5 chapters of Psalms a day and 1 chapter of Proverbs a day, you will have read the entire book of Psalms and Proverbs in a month. And reread that every month, you will have read through Psalms and Proverbs 12 times in an entire year. So how do you get back to fire? How do you get back to rekindle? Is you got to get back to the basics, Reminds me of the baseball manager, I think it's Sparky Anderson, who once managed the Detroit Tigers. And his famous quote, get back to the basics. Get back to the basics. Get your relationship back the way it was with God, and pray and ask God to help you to get it back. In Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 20 it says, Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. You pray and ask God to help you and to help you and to rekindle that relationship, and ask God for basically all your needs and help him in those certain areas of your life. Not only will he answer it, but what's it say here? He says he is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we ask or think. There's examples in the Bible. David, had lost a lot of things, but then all of a sudden, through his triumphs and through his getting close back to God, he not only got those things back, but sometimes he got more back. Ask God to bring that joy back in your life, to bring that peace back into your life. When David had sinned with Bathsheba, he prayed in Psalm chapter 51, Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation. You lost that joy? You want it back? Get back in the Word. Anyway, that's my word for the day. You have a great day, and I hope it goes well. See ya. Hey, to all my Mississippi friends and to people who might get this in some of the southern states, Alabama, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, just want to let you know that another thing that we might want to do when you're rekindling your relationship is have a date night. Like I said, well, February 14th, Valentine's Day, is an awesome day to have a good date night. And there's many things you can do. Take your spouse out to dinner, enjoy a good night out, and whatnot. But I'll tell you what, if you're a fan of Southern gospel music, this is something you don't want to miss. All right, the Kingdom Heirs from Dollywood is going to be at the OKAHOLA Baptist Church in Purvis, Mississippi. All right, you can reserve advanced reserve seats with a meal. They have a meal, I believe, starts at 5:30 that night for $22. That's reserve seating. General admission seats in advance are $15. That would also include the meal. And just wanted to throw that out there, that it's going to be on Valentine's Day, February 14th. The Kingdom Heirs are going to be there. My cousins, they have their own little gospel group, and they're pretty well known here in the Mississippi area, and they are the Riders. So they're going to be there, and I was there last year, and they had a couple other groups. I don't know who all is going to be there this time, But think about it, February 14th. All right, I'm going to put the flyer at the end of this video. Check it out.